Hey everybody, I'm Spegtacular, the Silver Stack. I'm here with Coin Guy at a shop, Spring Hill, Florida. Coin Guy, how's it going?
Doing good, doing good.
Good. I got some stuff right here. So we're going to do a show and tell kind of video today.
It is.
And we're going to see some of Coin Guy's precious things that he's brought from his home and some things that I brought. And we're just going to, talk about the hobby.
Exactly.
Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. All right, so guys, we've laid out our personal treasures on the table right here.
And things of interest.
And things of interest, right. And you know what? What's funny about this hobby and people's personal hobbies is sometimes things aren't that valuable. It's just they interest people. Like some people collect little bottle caps,
Exactly.
And
I remember.
It's interesting to that person.
I remember as a kid we used to play a game called Scully. Scully was a bottle cap when you used to have to pop them off and you would put some wax in it. And you'd go to the... And it was Scully. I was in a Scully competition. God, it must have been 1966. And we would go to the schoolyard. And there was a guy who ran the schoolyard. He was the park behind the school. And he was the groundskeeper, I guess. And he would set up things for the poor kids from the projects. We'd play in the schoolyard all day. And it was a thing where you would have a box with different squares. And you'd have to go from one to the next. And another person could knock you out with your bottle cap. And it was basically you had to hit it like this. Or you could go like this and you weren't allowed to drag it. There were all kinds of rules. It was a poor kid's game. I mean, bottle caps you found in the street. Didn't cost you nothing to play.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
it was competition.
That's fun, huh?
Nobody bled,
Well, this is not as cheap as Scully, these kind of hobbies right here that we're going to be showing off today. But this is my personal collection of the classic commemorative half dollars. And I've showed these out on my channel many times, but this to me is like just such a cool thing to get. This is the type set, not the full, 100 coin set. This is the type set now. So you've probably seen this going to a fun show. You've probably seen this all laid out.
it's your first commemorative quarter, first commemorative dollar.
Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, yeah. I've never gotten one of these across the counter.
The Isabella?
The Isabella? Never got one. Brian gave me one for my birthday.
Oftentimes when you see them like kind of cleaned, or you see them raw because there's some issues to them.
Yeah.
This is a little bit better.
He gave me a certified one. That one is pretty. You can see underneath the colors. Yeah. That is iridescent colors.
It's worth a couple quarters.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Isabella would be proud of ya.
Yeah. A lot of nice coins here, though. This is
Old Lafayette.
think about that.
Yeah. Cool coin. I like the Lafayette.
Have you got those across the counter?
Once.
One time.
One time I got a Lafayette dollar. Only one time I've ever owned one. Even in, vest pocket trading. 50 years I've only had one.
I'll tell you the truth, guy. I think that one of my first classic commemorative coins for this collection, and I think it was actually this one right here, the Pilgrim. I don't know if you remember that, but it's actually a coin that you sold me.
Oh, really? Okay. It looks like I did. I could see my label and everything on there.
And that, I think, started and this is actually probably another one from you. I'll keep
Got pretty ships on there.
I'll keep my stickers, and I think that's another one from you.
You like the boats?
I love ships on coins, man.
See that?
Ships on coins. Yeah, I don't know.
Long Island. Yeah.
It's just such a neat collection.
Where's your Lynchburg one?
Lynchburg. Let me see.
Nathan's from Lynchburg.
Well, does he know anything about Lynchburg?
I would think so, since he lived there most of his life. He was born and raised there.
So you're putting me on the
They came off of Diamond Mountain. That's where my daughter met him.
Here we go. The Lynchburg. Nate, what do you know about Lynchburg? Oh, he's coming. He wasn't prepared for this. Get your makeup on.
What do you want to know about Lynchburg?
I don't know.
What do you want to know?
You said you could tell me all about it.
I think the most attractive commem.
Yeah, it's colored glass. There's actually a high school in Lynchburg named after him.
Is that the one behind the house?
No, that's Heritage. EC Glass, on the other side of town. It's actually where they start the race every year for the 10 miler.
That's the race he was in a couple of months back.
Oh. Did you win?
Yeah, no.
He finished.
You finished?
Finished. That's an accomplishment.
Did you get the participation award?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
No, yeah, that's cool. And then on the back of it has the old the courthouse that sits above the James River. Actually, there's stairs that lead up to it.
James River is pretty.
So another cool thing about that too is at the bottom of it they actually have a monument for World War I soldiers at the bottom of the stairs that lead up to the old courthouse too.
That's fun.
And
Down on the river.
so on Court Street.
Cool stuff, huh?
He was an interesting guy. If you ever wanted to know about Carter Glass.
And I think that he didn't want to actually be on that coin.
No, yeah,
He was against it.
He didn't like his picture taken either. He was a really interesting guy.
Yeah, well, I don't like my picture taken, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so I mean, we can talk about him, but he's a little bit of a unique person. But
Yeah.
if he studies history.
That's cool. Thank you. All right, for the fact checkers.
So I was taken by the coin because it's one of the Lynchburg coin is one coin that I would have always wanted to collect. A lot of people assume that there was actually a school called E.C. Glass in Lynchburg. They thought it was named after him. However, it wasn't. It was named after actually a superintendent named Edward Christian Glass. No relation, actually, which is kind of funny. But just wanted to clarify that for people out there that wanted to fact check me. So
Because that's what's going to happen. Right in
Yeah.
the comments, immediately, once they hear that, they're going to typing away.
I was just bedazzled by the coin. I apologize, and my words got a little stumbled
It's
over.
all right, Nate. It happens. There's so much information out there. It happens once in a while. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Well, there it is, guys. I mean, I don't know. I thought maybe at some point I'll go ahead and continue it and not just have the type set, but the full 100 coin set or so. But I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Who knows what the future holds?
It's a cool set.
Yeah.
There are people. Here's an older one. This looks like a rattler.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
A Roanoke. Cool stuff. But that's one of my little personal things is that full classic commem set. And then I thought this was interesting. One of my favorite coins that I own that was actually sold to me by the coin guy.
Yeah, this looked familiar.
And then I went and had it graded. I love that coin so much. Like
Plugged and whizzed.
damaged, but get that coin right there in any condition, and it's so cool to have.
Yeah, I think an extra fine is about 4,000.
It's an expensive coin. I tell
Yeah,
you what.
it's a big, but you got all the detail. You know, you got all the detail, and it's a nice coin. It's a pretty coin. It's the old dollar.
That's American history right there.
Old GW was still around. He didn't die to 1799.
Yeah, I'm grateful to come into your shop at the right time and see this thing,
Yeah.
man. That was awesome. And then I didn't get this one from you. I did get this one from, I think, the Fun Show. But that's a very, very important piece of coin history.
Oh, Fugio. This is one of my son's favorite coins. He's got a couple of these. The Fugio cent.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just some of my little personal collections. And I want to show you this, of course, and I'm sure you've seen these kind of things before. Let's see if I can get this out. You got it? Look at that. You've seen that before?
Nice typeset. Oh, yeah.
And I think that your shop has helped me put some of that together.
That's my pleasure.
That's what you do, right?
That's what we do.
That's your business.
Half cent, pennies, they're all there. 2 cent pieces. I get people who bring me in a little cup full of foreign coins, and there'll be a 2 cent piece, a 3 cent piece, a 3 cent nickel. So these are American. These are not foreign.
That was a tough coin to get right there.
Of course it would be.
Yeah, that was rough. That was probably the roughest one out of all of them. You know, many times as a coin collector, I was able to put a majority of this type set together just with stuff around the house, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course. But you ain't finding a 20 cent piece around the house.
Nah, I got that from you, I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't think you have those in the store very often.
When they come in, they go out pretty quick. But I remember the old days where you'd go to a show and there would be a pile. I mean, a pile of 100 20 cent pieces.
Wow.
Your pick for $59.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, those were crazy times.
Crazy times.
Those were good times.
I would do that right now. I'd pay $59 for a pile.
Oh, yeah. These bust dollars. The seeded dollars hard to get.
Those are tough because you get fake ones a lot.
Yes.
You know, those are
a lot.
big time counterfeit. Yeah.
See, now you can pop out old Columbus and you could put in, well, it's certified. You could put the Lynchburg in there.
Yeah. I got options. You can play around with this, which is fun, you know.
I like the Stone Mountain.
I can keep upgrading this.
Historic, pretty coin.
It is very nice.
Yeah, I've been there. I've seen Stone Mountain.
They wanted to wreck that monument pretty recently, if you remember.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Learn from history.
And then this one right here, I think you helped me put a lot of that together.
Peace dollars. Oh yeah. I can't keep peace dollars in the store now.
No.
Can't keep them in the store. I mean, this is probably the most sought after coins, the 21, the 28, 34S. I don't think I have, maybe I have a 21 right now, but that tray is virtually empty.
I think somebody on YouTube's asking their audience to try to buy up the piece dollar, so that's what's going on here.
What, trying to corner the market?
Yeah, somebody out there. I don't know who it is. This is a nice set because it's so small.
Yeah, it's an 24 coins.
Yeah.
Easy to put together. It's only got there's no stoppers. It isn't like I saw a coin came in earlier today. It was the Barber Quarter, the 1901S. It was not quite in the middle on the machine to tell you it was real. It looked real. It was slightly off, but not. It was really in the margin. Under the microscope, it looked real too. I don't know. It looks either way. I said take it to Fun and get it certified. It was a VF.
Okay.
A strong VF with a little scratching on the face. I don't know. It didn't look like anybody added the S. Under 100 power, it didn't look like it. Everything looked pretty good.
Huh.
I mean, this is a $17,000 coin if it's real. And it's raw, and I told the people where to take it. And that's, a month from now, you take it to Fun. That's where you go with this.
And who would you go to, like one of the grading services there? And
ICG is going to tell you right up front if it's real, and then get it certified.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an easy little set to put together. Pretty cool.
And then bring it back to me.
And then bring it back to you to buy it, huh?
Yeah, I'd be interested in that coin because they're so far and few between.
Man, you're an important guy. After hours, still getting phone calls. He's just throwing his phone away. He's like, I
That
don't want it.
coin you always see in AG3 and good. You never actually I think it was more like a VF30.
Oh.
It's a $20,000 coin.
Shoo.
They might say genuine VF because there was abrasion, looked like scratching, but wow, but what a grade for a coin.
That's
I
cool.
mean, detail was, I've never seen well, they're all nicer, but that's how they go. It's either AG3, good 4, and then they jump to extra fine and AU. A VF would have been in circulation. This guy, I think he thinks it's real. I think there's a chance it's real. Get it certified.
Yeah.
It's the safest way,
Part of the
especially
hobby.
on a $20,000 coin.
Part of the hobby.
Yep.
Okay, so something completely different. And this is part of having that collector's gene of, you start collecting one thing, you start, hey, that's pretty interesting too. So this is where I have kind of gone is these little Russian trinket boxes. Have you seen these?
No.
The artwork on these things is phenomenal. It's not like a quick process. It takes sometimes weeks or months to make one of these boxes.
And then they lacquer it.
They lacquer them, yep. And they lacquer them, I guess, multiple times. There's like coats and coats and coats of this lacquer on these boxes. And they do this gold gilding on there and stuff. It's just beautiful. The artwork is fantastic.
This almost looks Byzantine.
I wish it was Byzantine.
This kind of,
The artwork?
yeah.
I mean, I'll take it. If you tell me it's not Russian and it comes
This
from the
is pretty.
Byzantine Empire. Yeah. I love how they do it all the way around the boxes.
I like the
sometimes.
blues and the gold inlay.
And it's very common for the Russian boxes to have the red inside. Pretty nice, huh?
Now I know something new I've learned.
I'm sure you've probably seen these before.
I don't think
but
I've seen anything with red inside.
No?
See, something like this I wouldn't throw away because they are pretty. I appreciate the art of it.
Yeah.
And I like them. My granddaughter would have these if I had them.
And they're which is nice is they're affordable, but then sometimes there's more high-end ones, which is like right here.
Isn't there always?
That's
Well, I can see
that's the
that.
fun.
This is very nice.
Yeah.
You could see the vividness of the blues and the colors.
And I think it's so crazy if you do some research on them when they lacquer them and they're coloring them and painting them by hand. This right here, this gold gilding, they put on with a wolf's tooth. They actually scrape it on there. It's just so interesting.
A timber wolf.
Yeah, oh, it has to be
A Siberian wolf.
Yeah, for sure.
Have to be
From
a
Mother
Siberian.
Russia, huh?
Mother Russia.
With love, with love.
Yeah. What does this say under here? Putin? Oh, no.
Right, could be, yeah. Could be
Property of Putin.
his
Don't let him
personal
come looking
box.
for this.
If that's the case, they're not mine, Putin. I don't know.
Yeah,
Who
who gave them to me?
but that's my collection. Now, what do you think? Can I see some of your stuff?
Yeah, I brought in some interesting stuff. You know, everybody collects different things. There are people who collect stamps. When I was younger, my best buddy when we were kids, John, he used to collect stamps. I collected coins. Now, there's something to be said for stamps, except that the last 15 years, 18, stamps collapsed about 15 years ago. There are some that still sell, but for the most part, the thing that really keeps coin collecting going too is the intrinsic value, gold, silver, platinum. Now, you get the first stamp out there is known as the penny black.
The penny black.
The penny black.
Okay.
This is a real penny black that's been canceled.
So the first postage stamp that was ever created, this is it.
Right here, 1840.
Wow.
This stamp is 180 years old.
And what country did this?
England.
Okay.
They were England.
I guess hence the penny, huh?
Yep. Even canceled, these are $150 to $300, $400, depending on what sheet they came from. They had one at auction from the first sheet, the first run, went for $8 million. $8 million.
That's wild. For a stamp.
But the uncanceled one goes for tens of thousands of dollars.
Jeez.
But this is still 100, and this is canceled. But that's the first stamp, penny black.
So, oftentimes when you go to like a coin show or something like that, there will be a stamp collector there.
Yeah,
And
you won't see these. You might see this.
Right. Well, they'll have, we buy stamps. And what they're looking for is that one or two super valuable stamps.
That old book that some grandfather put together in 1908, and it was laying on a shelf for the last 100 years. And in there, he got a hold of a penny black that wasn't canceled, and he put glue on the back and stuck it to it, and, it still would have some big money.
How cool.
Here's a commemorative coin to the penny black, a silver coin.
That's big, too. I like that.
Yeah.
Isle of Man, 1990. That's cool.
These are pretty coins. I got to say, when you look at the Canadians, the Brits, a lot of these people with that black background to it, they made some beautiful coins. I just wish we would make coins that have, that kind of pizzazz with it that makes it, just visual to the eye. They've got the new, where'd I put it? Here we go.
I mean, say whatever you want about the Canadian government aside, their coinage, always stunning.
Yep, they got some good art people. This is the new reverse proof.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this they did right. They should have did this when they did the Centennial Gold, when they made the 100th anniversary of the piece of the Mercury dime, the standing quarter, and the Walker. A reverse proof, not that burnished, like a dull. The dime almost looked like dipped gold Mercuries I've seen before.
Yeah.
I mean, this would have been stunning in a reverse proof.
Yeah,
I think it would have really sold it.
These are very pretty.
These are pretty. I just got a couple of these in.
Nice.
But that's the kind of stuff.
That's cool. And, okay, you got a few more little odds and ends here from your personal collection.
I brought in a bunch of platinum. I still don't understand. I don't understand why platinum isn't worth more than, platinum's barely $900 right now. Some people say it's 15 times. Others say it's 20 times rarer than gold. But it's nowhere near the demand that it seems it should have. In 2011, platinum hit 2,400. Gold was at 2,000. Platinum now is barely 900. Yep. It's just incredible. It's less than half the price of gold.
It's very stale, the platinum.
Platinum is bottomed out again, but I still think it's a good metal. Whenever it comes in, if I can get my hands on it, I buy it and I put it away. I still think it's, at that price, it's still one of the noble metals.
Yeah. And so you're keeping these things.
These are for my own set. This is the Isle of Man.
Which one?
This one.
A little guy?
The 10th ounce Isle of Man. Here's Canada.
What's the other side of this one?
The maple.
Oh, it's just a regular maple. Okay. Interesting.
Yep. And the Queen Mum.
The Queen Mum.
Here we have, this I believe is England, Britannia. Trident Anniversary, Ultra Cameo.
The only thing I don't like about Platinum Guy is it looks like silver. So if you had this amongst a bunch of other like silver rounds or something like that, and they were all like, you know, maple leaves, you'd think, oh, this is just silver. You got to really read it.
First 100. One of the first 100 struck.
Oh, good. Nice.
This is U.S. This is U.S.
Man, the premium on these things are extreme, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's a pretty box right there, guy. What happened to these boxes from the United States Mint?
Yeah, well, they made some pretty boxes. Take up a lot of room.
And what is this set right here? What is this? Is this like a proof and a burnished? What is that?
This is a 10th anniversary platinum set, yeah. This is a proof and a reverse proof.
Oh, okay.
And these are half ounces.
They're beautiful. Beautiful. The box is the
Very
stunning
pretty.
part.
Nice box.
I can see myself in that thing.
Got this back here.
Is that a Russian trinket box?
Yeah, almost.
It's probably a China.
Looks a
China
little
box.
red in there. Looks like it's one of those.
Yeah, there you go.
I pulled this out of my curio.
Okay.
I thought this was kind of interesting.
What is this?
This is money from a leper colony.
Leper colony.
Yep.
So people's limbs are falling off.
This is a leper colony. This is Huron Island. This is off the Philippines. And it was a leper colony there. And this is money that was used on the island for their own money. 20 cents on the leper island. They minted 10,000.
Wow.
Leper Island, Philippe.
Looks like the coin had a little leprosy too, huh? It's got a little
Well.
spotted to it.
I wouldn't swallow that.
That's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, that's from Leper
That
Island.
might have some stuff on it.
I
from
think
there.
that's something kind of interesting.
The fact that they didn't know what to do with these people, and so they just said, you know, you're going on an island and you're just dying there pretty much.
Well, there was probably a time where they just stoned them.
They stoned them to death.
Yeah, crazy times.
Wow. Cheaper than fixing them, huh?
I guess they thought it would be.
Jeez. You think you're in a bad time now?
Here's Transylvania.
So these are what, vampire coins, huh?
Well, Transylvania. Northern Romania. District of Northern Romania was Transylvania.
Coin
A
of
real country.
Dracula's family?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, this is the time of Vlad. Vlad the Impaler was right in there, the mid-1400s.
That's wild to have that guy.
Yeah. Son of the Dragon, Dracula.
It's amazing that, I mean, I don't know how relevant these prices are now, but
You can't find Transylvanian coins.
you can't.
You go to shows, I'm always looking for more. I can't. I had 6 at one time and I sold some. I sold those a dozen years ago, 15 years ago. Haven't been able to find more.
As a collector, if these are sitting in your curio, how often do you think you just go, hey, you know, I forgot about that coin. Let me look at that little leper coin.
I get it. I do that. I
Yeah.
do that, especially when I'm off for days. I'll do that. The one coin I regret not buying was a large crown size. Think of a silver dollar, certified. I was at a coin show at the Marriott Marquis in Manhattan, and it was a world coin show, and it was there was Transylvania. It was the size of a dollar. It was certified, and it was like, I think it was $1,300. But this had to have been 25 years ago. It was a lot of money for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't buy it because I wasn't looking to buy it and sell. I was looking to buy it and put it away.
Right.
And $1,300 was a lot of money then. You know, it's still a good amount of money now. But that was big coin like the size of this.
And you got that regret now, don't you?
Yeah, well, it shoulda, coulda, woulda.
The one that got away.
Yep, and this is the page I've shown before that I pass around for the kids. This is the one I used just last month when I did the Great American Teach-In.
You picked out some for yourself. Some ancients.
Well, these are the ones that I
Show and tell ones.
explained to them, you know, Alexander the Great, Hadrian's Wall, Tiberius, you know, the emperor at the time of the crucifixion.
What will you say here? If you got this shekel right here and some kid asked you about it, what would you talk about it?
That is the coin for the 30 pieces of silver that Judas got for betraying Jesus. That's the coin, the shekel of Ty.
Oh.
Famous coin. That one is not a real one. But that's the shekel of Ty. Pretty famous. Well, we all know it. It's a Judean coin of that era. And, you know, easy to get. The Byzantine are distinctive. They're usually cup-shaped, and they're two heads on two sides. And I explained that to the kids. But you can't explain too long because you lose them. You know, their eyes are on Taylor Swift or what's the newest video. And this time, like I said, I had multiple classes together. So half of them were checking out each other because they didn't know each other. They had to combine a couple of classes. But
that's funny.
And these are the love tokens. I tell them this story. And I mean, these have got a lot of detail. Tremendous detail in this. And you don't usually see them on quarters. This is a nickel. That's a hard metal. If you've ever engraved and know coins, yeah, that's an old V nickel.
I want to pause real quick on this spot because, you know, anybody who's just now watching, go back and watch some of our older videos. We have, how many videos now, guys?
Got to be pushing 80.
It's getting close.
Yeah,
it's getting close.
77.
And we've talked about your entire love token collection before. Go back and watch that stuff, and you can see the whole thing. You know, go back in time a little bit.
They run I did a half-page article for it in Senior Voice a number of years ago. And every February, they run the article, the half page for Valentine's Day. I mean, it's very romantic. I told a story about this one where
Which one?
an antique dealer. This is a Canadian $50. Very hard to find them on gold or to find them on larger coins than dimes. And but this one, the guy could trace who the owner of it. He bought it off of a estate of a woman who had a boyfriend who died in the trenches in Germany. But before he died, she couldn't tell her father about him because she was only 16. But she held this coin all her life, and it got sold out of her estate at her death. And when I showed this antique dealer, I think it was in Vancouver, he called me and told me the story behind it.
And this is similar to like, hey, you like a gal, you know what I mean? She's kind of, you know, caught your eye. Instead of maybe like a flower or roses or whatever, you would give her one of these?
That's what you would do
like
instead of a
attention?
ring, because nobody had the money. And that's like I tell the kids, you know, you look at money and everything now, but back in the times of Little House on the Prairie, and all these kids are looking at me, what the hell is that? Yeah, you're looking at me, what is that?
I watched it.
And, you know, a lot of us have seen that. And they lived not hand to mouth. They brought in the harvest, or they slaughtered the pigs. That's when they had money in their pocket. They would go to the general store. They would pay down their debt. And then they had a few coins in their pocket. Maybe the average person throughout most of rural America didn't see $50 in hard cash in a year. They didn't have money for a ring, a diamond ring. It's not practical. These women were washing, working the fields, whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And it just didn't make sense. But this showed their love. It wasn't so materialistic.
Yeah, why would they wear a ring that they're going to end up losing somewhere
Exactly.
out in the fields? Yeah, it makes sense. That's beautiful. It's so cool. It's cool to see the gold one. I mean, before you showed me, I've never seen a gold one before.
Yeah, I showed you that other ones I had that were made into a bracelet and stuff. But this person had about 8 of these. I'd never seen that many gold love tokens at once.
Wow.
And I offered him quite a bit of money for them, but he wouldn't pull the trigger.
He was in love with them.
That's, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a granddaughter, somebody to pay. Maybe he does a great American teaching.
Well, sometimes with our collections, Guy, it doesn't matter how cheap it is or how, you know.
It's the story.
We want to keep that stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do with these. I get a lot of requests for selling these. I usually don't let any of them go. And, you know, I don't know how many I have. 70?
Yeah.
Probably 70 or 80 of them. Most of them are dimes.
I mean, we talked about the first coin you ever collected, which you won't sell.
No, so I've been offered $100 for that.
Yeah.
Why does the person want it for? I don't know why, but no, I'm not selling
Well,
that.
you kind of
you
become
want a coin? You can get one of these.
you become a big deal, Guy.
There you
That's why
go.
people want your stuff. Oh, yeah. Our little collaboration, huh?
Yep.
Surprised you still have those.
I got about 40 left.
Okay. So
I don't, you know, I think I just sold one. Actually, I gave one of these away today. Guy bought over the last few days, he bought quite a few $1,000s of slabbed eagles off of me.
Oh, nice.
So we sent him another box of them, and I threw one of those in there. Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Or in his case, Happy Hanukkah. But, you know.
very cool.
Yeah.
And if you guys ever want to, you know, see Guy shop or give him a call about something you're looking for, whatever the case may be, you know, get something like that sent to you, you know, in the United States, you'll ship it, right?
Absolutely.
Check down in the description of the video. I'll
Absolutely.
have guys' information down there. So,
And we got things like this still come in.
what's that? 100-ounce bar? Jeez, watch your wrist. That's a beautiful bar.
Here's a cool. This is the other one I was
Nice
telling you the
machine
story.
work right there.
This one we traced back to 1975.
Silver State Bullion. And a lot of these old ones right here have some like
This has premiums.
yeah.
I mean, you can buy this for like spot and $1, but this one sells for spot and $4.
May I grab one of these?
Okay.
Let me get one of these.
Oh, you took the lighter one.
That's a 100-ounce, both of them, right?
That's true.
It does feel different though if you get one that's like more compact in your like,
Sometimes you put two bars next to each other, and you get one that's two 10-ounce bars, and one looks twice as big as the other one. Yeah. It's just an optical illusion. It's the thickness of the bar.
And as men, we all know about trying to create that illusion. That's for sure. Okay, what else you got, guy?
There you go. See
What's
that?
this thing?
This one's longer. This is this is Australia. Once again, Australia makes cool stuff. One of the first 98 struck, the dragon fighting the phoenix.
Phoenix.
I just thought it was cool.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Now they made these in many different sizes too.
Yep. This is a 10-ounce.
Yeah, I think I have a 1-ounce. This is fancy.
But this retails for about $900.
Oh my gosh, it's kind of heavy too. That big presentation. Ooh, a 70 guy.
Yep.
One of the first 98 struck. What a weird number.
Yeah, you would think it should be 100.
You would think.
But then again, they said they didn't get. Maybe he only made 98. Who knows?
Oh, right? I don't think I've seen the 10-ounce before. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
Yeah, that's a cool piece.
Yeah, you're keeping that one.
Yeah, this I keep.
I love the size of that thing. It's like both of your hands is like.
See, now when you look at this and you look at the size of this, I don't know what the story is, and we talked about this last time.
What is the story here? Oh, guy, you notice my shirt? Huh? Had this specially made there.
They're gonna see your face.
That's all right. I'm just not pretty enough for
See,
camera
now
like you
look.
are.
This isn't any bigger than this, right? You can see through there. This is the same size. Why is this plastic?
Yeah, I don't know. There's no rhyme.
I don't see why
I don't know.
they needed. And even with this has this extra rim. So obviously you could have made it even smaller.
And they're both NGC. Yeah, I don't know. Different generations of holders, I guess.
I don't think it's that big a deal. This is 2015, and this is what? 2019. The technology was here to make them like this. I just always found it curious that they went over the top with these gigantic slabs
It is over the top.
and these things that it could have been literally half the size.
As a collector, like you start running out of room pretty quick.
But when you got slabs like this, I mean,
What can you do?
this is bigger than a coaster.
Can you believe that thing's only actually worth 25 cents, guy?
Yeah. So it says 25 cents. It's got a monetary value on it.
Yeah, that's a really pretty one.
Yeah.
I know we've mentioned it before, but I like what you've done with the cases. It was a good choice.
I'm working on it, and this week, when we, like I've said before, starting next year, we're going to be closed on Wednesdays. I'm going to a 5-day week. It's that time. But we'll be closed the 23rd of December is our last day. And I don't think we'll be back until December the 5th. We're gonna walk the floor at Fun, take some vacation, got to do all the inventory and everything.
January the 5th, you're coming back?
Yeah, that'll be a Saturday. Okay. That's probably when I'm back. And in between there, I want to work on some of the other, I want to move some stuff around some more. Because doing inventory, we're going to move everything more or less. And we'll see how we set it up then. Eventually, I want to get rid of the silver here.
The jewelry and stuff?
Yeah, I want the gold in the front, and maybe if we do silver, 1/3 of this. Because I find that the more of this I can put out and show, we move a lot more of it. It was a mistake to have the costume jewelry here for years. I should have turned those cases over a half a dozen years ago.
But some of this stuff should be no problem to move, like the bezeled coins and stuff. That stuff should go quick.
I
No?
put most of those out recently, but it's not, the money just isn't going this year.
Really?
I was telling you before, I'm selling a lot of 999. 90% is not selling. We have plenty of 90%. It just isn't moving right now. And like I said before, if you're going to buy 90%, and I'll get the older men who say, oh, I'm buying it for a grandchild, then give them the uncirculated. For one time, I sell it at 19 times. For 20 times, you can get uncirculated Kennedy halves or Washington quarters or dimes. You know, you can get uncirculated for one time more. And if the kids are young, God knows where silver's going to be in 20 years or 15 years.
Do you think that maybe people had stopped buying the 90% because of how that giant premium on them only a few months ago? There was like, it was massive
I am
premium.
sure that had something to do
They
with
might
it.
think it's still there, that premium.
Now here, let me show you. I think I've shown this before.
It's come down in price, right?
Here is a roll of uncirculated quarters,
Okay.
and here's a roll of standing quarters. Each of these rolls has $10.
But
But this is uncirculated. These are standing quarters, but these are full dates. You can get a roll of these with no dates, and there'll be 2 more coins lower. Or if you get a lot of Washington quarters in the 1930s, the early 30s, they're worn like this.
yeah.
Money really got used during the Depression. But here illustrates that if anytime silver started to approach $50, they started getting funny around the price of dimes. They wanted to weigh the bags. Because if you got a lot of barber dimes in there, or early Mercs, you lose 10% of the weight. And if you're putting it away for a grandchild for 10, 20 years, all my personal silver is either uncirculated or proof. I never got to worry about the weight.
Yeah.
And I think silver might be $80 an ounce one day.
So the exact same amount of coins, but you see the wear and tear has caused the silver
There's probably a half a dozen coins.
Wow. Very interesting.
I mean, if you take these, this is 250 grams. This is 10 grams more, which is a 20 of it's more, but this is still the cooler pick.
Yeah. For sure. What do you got? We got this one last thing, right?
Oh yeah, almost forgot about that.
I almost forgot.
This is the book I put away from the basically from the mid 70s up. This is my put away book.
Your put away book. So we have all kinds of stuff in here, huh?
Yeah. Don't forget about the prices. I mean, some of this pricing is from 40 years ago.
Well, you're like me. You don't ever just get rid of those prices.
Two-tailed buffaloes. These have premiums. You don't see them issued much, but there's a premium for the
Two-headed buffalo?
2 feathers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is 2-headed. Okay.
So what do we got here?
There's a head
Oh,
there.
it's a magic
Head there.
coin.
Magic coin.
Oh, and then a two-tails penny.
Yeah. 2 different date Indian head pennies. These are a lot of those kinds of things. Mercury, this is a walk in Liberty half. That's a Kennedy on the back.
Wow.
You know, those two never met.
So you just get some funny stuff, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to keep it.
And this is, these are all counterfeits. I bought the page like that, and I probably just put it in here.
Huh.
And here's just, here's money from the end of this is the time of the Shogun. This is samurai money.
Wild, huh?
This goes for about twice that price now. I don't know how many years ago I put
Such a
this
weird
away.
shape.
1770.
That's pretty.
Yeah. England. No, here you go. Here's a bent coin. Remember I told you about that.
Remind us with the witch's coin.
This is a witch coin. A bent silver coin in your pocket, warded off the evil eye. This is the time of Elizabeth I. High witchcraft time.
So you're good then. You don't have no evil eyes on you.
No evil eye on me. Unless it's a competitor or two. I don't know. Bunch of early stuff I put. I didn't even look at this. 1629. That's kind of old.
These are hold, but that would
Yeah.
make a really cool like little
Well,
necklace. or
because it
something.
was probably worn. You know, I doubt if it was a keychain.
And sometimes back then they might have hold it to like put it on like some kind of thread.
Yeah,
and
to
just
hide
like,
it.
Just take one off. Here you go. Here you go.
This coin is pretty famous. This is what they used to call the Dutch What's this called?
So many different coins.
Dutch lions. Coin of the Blvd of Holland and Netherlands. Dutch lion.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, this is the money from slavery. They used to pay a lot of slavers in Dutch lions. The Portuguese and the Dutch and the British, big in that in the 1700s.
Pretty fantastic, guy.
Yeah, pretty coin.
Yeah.
You know, interesting coin.
A lot of those old foreign coins are really pretty.
Yeah, the technology was amazing then.
These are great. The reals.
Yeah, here's a famous coin. I should have given Susan just this one. This is the Athenian owl.
Oh, that's you.
405 BC. Athens, yeah. Athenia.
See that one? Oh, yeah. That reminds me of something I've seen before.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Beautiful. Crazy the relief on that thing, huh?
Yeah. Well, the Greeks made their coins like three-dimensional. Here's all kind of I was a big into walkers. I knew all the varieties and stuff. And here you have all different doubling mint marks. Here you have multiple die breaks. All different problems and things wrong. Some maybe have values, some, you know.
I love seeing you
1963 over 3 over 3.
go through your collection of some coins you probably just forgot you had. And you're like, oh,
This
yeah.
was in the safe, yeah. So let me bring in something different to end the year out.
I like it.
20 hour. What does that say?
That says a broken planchet.
There you go. Broken planchet.
Jim
These are counterfeits. I got books and books of counterfeits.
I
These
bet.
would have been my early counterfeits I put away 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Barber halves. Barbers were a big deal then. I mean, you could, a 50-cent piece back in 1898, I mean, you see a lot of counterfeit 1917 Walkers, like the famous ones you see most of. But 50 cents during the Depression, you could eat all day on a $50.
Really?
Well, the turn of the century, you could get a hotel room for a quarter with breakfast. 50 cents was a lot of money. I mean, I've seen and put away, I have some counterfeits, 1972 quarter. There's no value in it. Somebody just did that because they wanted to see if they can do it. But in many cases, it'll pass.
Yeah.
It'll pass.
And probably then, I mean, they didn't really weren't educated on, fakes. They didn't have the tools like we have today.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw how, like, those trade dollars were. They were just stamping them everywhere they went.
Lot
trying
of
to see if they
trade
were still
dollars.
silver.
Yep.
Get some notes here? What's going on?
Yeah. This
paper
is
stuff you
it.
put away.
Yeah. This is just the usual suspects for the German.
Cool stuff, guy. I like it a lot, man.
That's what we thought we'd bring it, the fireside chat at the end of the year.
I like it.
Let's see what next year brings us.
We got to do some more videos now.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
And just keep hanging in there. Like I said, God bless America, greatest country in the world. That's about it. No
Gotcha.
politics this time.
No politics.
Just the greatest country in the world. Love it.
Just guys showing their collection to each other.
Yep.
All
Have a
right.
great holiday.
Coin guy, have a good New Year.
God bless America. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.